that are aware of the session key, you understand the session key, which is our blue box here, is already giving us a buy on a few pairs. Now we're going to dive into briefly on the golden key. The golden key is a tool that naturally you're supposed to utilize for gold and silver, but you can also use it as extra confirmation on the Forex pair. So I'm going to take the session key off a little bit, and we're just going to go over the golden key briefly. Now, if you've been with us on the session key tool, the strategy and the rules still apply when it comes to the zone itself. With the golden keys tool, though, the zone actually gets smaller on the lower time frame. So let's go on the higher time frame real quick so you guys can see the power of the golden key. As soon as 9 o'clock hit yesterday, we're straight into profit to take profit 2. That was an easy 40, 50 pips to the downside in about an hour and a half. Then it came back up and it bought outside the zone and gave you another 50 pips to the upside. that was yesterday. Let's go to the day before that. This is a sell on gold. I'm gonna just briefly go through this so you guys can kind of see it and understand how well it actually works. Now here we had a buy. The buy. We're not gonna win every single trade, but this buy was a loss, right? We're gonna count our losses as well. But the sell, the sell kind of looked like it take stop loss as well. But the same rules apply with the session key. A lot of the times we're gonna get especially at the beginning of the session, it's gonna figure itself out. But once it starts making its moves, we're in seller's territory. We know we're in seller's territory whenever we are under the zone. So once we go under the zone and we got a nice close under the zone, we know we're looking for sales and sales only. But why would we sell when we get down here? A lot of retail traders start seeing this movement. They didn't catch it at a good spot from the zone, or at least when it's breaking out the zone, a lot of people will start fearing of missing out and they start selling at the low. That is retail mindset. If you're going to sell the market, we know it wants to sell, but do we want to sell down here? Of course not. You don't want to sell at the low. You want to sell at the high. This is the high of the zone. Now, if we take the lights off, a lot of people wouldn't even have known that market was going to stop, unless they understand market structure, price action. They understand that this is the resistance. You got a lot of these wicks up here that made this initial lower low. So in a sense, this is a good spot to catch your sell. But if you don't understand market structure, the golden key is definitely going to give you the zone. So if you want to sell, you have two options. You can wait for it to sell out of the zone, which is ultimately selling from here, which is the lower the zone. But if you want to get a better entry, you wait for it to go and show you that it wants to go and sell its territory, and you wait for the retracement. A lot of the times you will get a retracement. When it will happen, you might not know when it's going to happen, but it will definitely happen. Here's your retracement. And if you was to get a retracement, like say for instance, it comes here to the bottom of the zone, I would have taken this sell. On the lower time frame, let's go to a lower time frame. Let's get back to it. On the lower time frame, you will see it a little bit clearer. Being that we're on a lower time frame, it may be a little bit riskier, but it gives you a lower risk to a higher reward trade, being that you can lower your stop loss. If you can lower your stop loss, ultimately you're lowering your risk, or you can up your lot size a little bit. So notice we got the sell out of the zone, lingered on the zone. This zone is very, very small. The zone is probably now on the 3-minute chart. The zone is only 5 pips. So if he was to take a sell, this was that move that we saw in the higher time frame. I would recommend on the golden key at first, if you're not familiar with it yet, if you're using it, you're not familiar with it, follow the higher time frame, 15-minute, the hour, and if you wanted to get an entry, maybe you can go down to the 5. But once you start getting used to the golden key and you're understanding the mechanics and how to use it and optimize it for its fullest potential, you can go down to the 3-minute, the 1 minute. In this case, in the 3-minute chart, we notice it went above the zone, but it closed above the zone, but it came right back below the zone on the very next 3-minute candle. I'm gonna zoom in so you guys can see this. So being that it came back below the zone, we were already selling. And already sold 40 pips. We in seller's territory. It gave us a brief pullback, right? depending on where you caught this sell at, you could have caught one of these trades and caught 10 pips. Depending, it didn't actually get into the zone on the 3 minute, but I believe it might have came to the zone on the 5 minute. Let's see. Hopefully we're in the same area. Sell on UJ. What we looking like, bro, on UJ? Let's pull it up real quick. Let's pull up UJ, see what we got. It's already selling out the golden key zone. Got a seller for UJ out the golden key zone. This is another thing. If you guys have been paying attention, we've been utilizing the session key for our Forex pairs. Notice we can also use the golden key for our Forex pairs as well.
You so muffled, Aaron.
Huh? You said I'm muffled?
You're so muffled like you're far away.
Can you hear me now? How about now?
Still so muffled. I don't know, it could be me.
Can you hear me now?
Nope. If anybody can hear him, can you text in the group chat to see if you can hear it? If you can hear him loud and clear, can you guys put a 1 in the group chat?
You guys can hear me, let me know in the chat.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, you sound better now.
Hey, it sounded like you was backing up when you were saying, "Can you hear me?"
Yeah. It's crazy because in one of the videos I noticed that I had watched one of the videos we did earlier this week, and it sounded like as I was talking, I was backing away out the room. And then I came out like, I ain't understand how that shit happened like that. But we got a sell on UJ, bro.
Yeah, I see the sell. And it's getting into profit too.
Sell came from the golden key initially. It came from the golden key first. But it's also breaking the session key at the same time. This might be a good sell, you guys, on UJ. What do it look like on the high time frames? Oh yeah, that looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. Now notice it did tell us to buy, gave us a buy signal, but notice this is when, as a trader, you got to make the right decision on when to take the signal. This buy never closed above the zone. So we're probably calling on the lower time frame, even though with this entry, the entry was here to the top of the zone. You probably still caught your 10 pips, but naturally we want to buy when it's either outside of the zone. Yeah, you still caught your 10 pips from the entry, so it's still a good trade. Naturally, you want to wait for it to go outside of the zone. The conservative trader, you wait for it to go outside of the zone, get a retest, and then you can buy above the zone, or just as we are now. If you want to sell, when it's below the zone. Now, hopefully, it'll give you a retest. That way, like here, gave it a nice sell. This is UJ on session key. Gave you a nice sell, retest. That's an entry. Here's another entry, and there goes that optimal entry from the top. Even though the optimal entry was short-lived, come upstairs. Even though the optimal entry was short-lived, you still got your 10 pips. If you catch it from on a lower time frame from the top of the zone on down, it was 40 pips. So ultimately, if we are selling, we want to make sure we're on the right side of the trade. We're below the zone. This is the session key zone. We're below the zone. We know we're selling. Where do we want to sell it from? The highest points possible. So when it does pull back, there's a great entry there. For the retest, here's a great entry here for the retest. And this is those optimal entries where you can get in at the very top of the zone and utilize a stop loss of 3 or 5, or at the most 10 pips, because your 10 pip stop loss is 10 pips above the zone. So if it's outside the zone or it's coming back through the zone and it's already been selling and you get a major push like this to the upside, there's no sense in buying the market after 80 pips straight to the upside. Who wants to buy it way up here? I would much rather sell it from way up here. If it came from way down here to get all the way back to the top of the zone and we've been selling the entire time, that's the best sell to take, is at the top of the zone. It was short-lived, but you can utilize a very small lot size. Say, for instance, if you're using hypothetically $100,000 account and we have a 10 pip stop loss on this trade, we can utilize a standard lot size of 10, which is 100 pips, $100 a pip. Now, if we lose the trade, we lose $1,000. It's only 1% of our $100,000. It might sound like a lot, but it's still 1%. We're still utilizing proper risk management. But if we're using $100 a pip and we catch 40 pips, that's $4,000 that we made in a matter of an hour. It's $4,000 right there. We're gonna be done for the week. For the week. But now we've understood. We're gonna go back to the golden key for a brief second. I'm gonna show you guys the power of the golden key, and then we're gonna see if we can find some trade setups throughout this hour or so. But with the golden key, let's pull up gold. Gold is breaking. Gold is definitely breaking to the high already. Already got a break. We already got a buy on the 5-minute. Look how small the zone is on the 5-minute. Your zone, if you want to take it from the outside of the top of the zone, bare minimum, your stop loss to the bottom of the zone, the stop loss is 10 pips. 10 pip trade. Gold is in profit already. If we had to took it, we ain't see it all fast enough, but that was an easy one. Let's go to the 1 minute. Probably see it a little bit clearer. We would have got in 3 minutes ago, and we'll be in profit as we speak at 7 pips. All we need is 10. All we need is 10. That's the goal. There's your 10 pips happening as we speak. That's on gold. But let's go back to the actual. Damn, that shit is running. It's running. So with gold, let's see. Let's go to the hour so you guys can see the conservative trade comes from the actual hour chart. Like the signals are coming from the hour chart. So notice these again. These are those areas where you can catch them optimal entries on gold. Now, this is an hour chart, but notice we got a sell. Came out the zone, came out the zone, came back into the zone, came back outside the zone again. So if you put the first initial sell just from the signal itself, looks like it might have hit the stop loss though. That's a bummer right there. It's like 30 pip stop loss. But if you catch it outside the zone, it went 50 pips. Came back into the zone, you catch it back outside the zone again, it's another 70 pips. Or if you can't caught it from up here at the optimal entry, Lord have mercy, that was a lot. Just from the zone alone, it's over 350 pips. So if you're catching the optimal entry, and give or take, even if you did take a loss, losses is going to come, right? 40 pip loss, no sweat, right? If you catch another entry, you get your 40 pips back. If you get an entry from up here or up here, especially up here, because it came outside the zone. If it comes back into the zone, we're selling. It didn't tell us to buy not one time. So why would we look for buying opportunities unless it tells us to buy, right? So we know it's already selling. It already sold for 50 pips, and it's coming back up here. Let's put a line there so we can see, so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Let's go to a vertical line real quick.
Man, that goal still pumping, man.
Still pumping? Yeah, easy.
I got in there eventually, but it's still pumping.
Easy 30 pips. All right, so we're gonna go to a lower time frame so you can show what these entries look like. Where's it at? There you go. There you go. Bro, what did I do with my candles, bro? You see it? Lord have mercy, man.
Yeah, it's right there at the bottom. You're gonna have to pull it back up again.
How though? I know I did it.
Right click on the where it said gold spot USD. Click the 3 dots on the and then move to existing pain above.
There we go. Thank you, bro.
Yeah, man.
All right. So now notice, let's get rid of the line. We got a nice pullback into the zone. The zone is not much. So we pull back into the zone. When it's pulling outside of the zone, this move here that came back below the zone, let's zoom in just a little bit more so we can see it. To fake out outside the zone, it came back below the zone. Not only did it come back below the zone, it retested the zone. So this is an optimal entry. It's an optimal entry. What would your stop loss be? Your stop loss is right here. So if we're entering from the bottom of the zone, our stop loss is 15 pips on gold. $66 a pip. $66 a pip. And it went 300 pips. What is that? $66 times 350. It went about 350 pips. That's $23,000. Potentially, hypothetically, that is, of course, if you're using a funded account or if you have a high account size, right? But even if you wasn't, 300 pips on a small account would be very well. That's a very good trade. But notice where you put it from, the very, very top, because of the zone of the golden key. A lot of people saw this move. They started buying. They're buying. People are buying. I wouldn't blame them. They're buying, which especially right there. It's a lot of people buying the market just to get caught in the trap. A lot of people are buying the market right here just to get caught in the trap. Retail mindset. And then they got caught in the trap, hit their stop loss. Us, on the other hand, we know that this is the high of the zone on the higher time frame. We looking for the sell. Let's go. Let's go to silver real quick. For all of the metal traders out there, look at these bounces, man. Oh yeah, let's go to the. Where we at? Silver's buying as well. We got a retest coming. Is gold retesting too, bro?
Yeah, the big retest is coming now.
So yeah, we got a retest. Let's go to gold. See what we got. Same thing. Yeah.
It still hasn't broke the 1 hour chart yet. The 1 hour golden key zone. Still hasn't broke out of the 1 hour golden key zone. So this is actually a retest.
So this will be, in a sense, one of your optimal entries. If you wanted to take this trade, we're saying we're anticipating it to go higher. As long as it don't go below this zone, we're good, still in the clear for a buy because it's already went above. I will buy this just to anticipate it. I will buy this, right? And the stop loss, my stop loss will be right below the zone, where the stop loss is at. Now this is silver, so it's a little bit more volatile. So if I buy it from the entry to the stop loss, it's 20 pips, not bad. 20 pips is not bad. Especially on silver, that's a 5 standard lot. So if you buy this outside of the zone, all you're looking for is 10 pips, 20 pips. Silver can give you, I think a couple of days ago, silver gave out like 700 pips in less than 24 hours. You pull it up to the top to where it was at, it gives us 30 pips. So that's a 1 to 3. Is it 1 to 3? Well, 1 to 2 ratio almost. But those are the trades that we would naturally look for. We'll look for the buy outside of the zone. The first trade already gave us our 10, 20 pips we was looking for. If you didn't catch the initial move, you wait for it to pull back into the zone. What trade are we looking for right now? We're only looking for buys. If it breaks below the zone and it stays below the zone, then we'll recalibrate and start looking for sales. But as of right now, as we speak, we're only looking for buy opportunities. Now, I'm not saying it is foolproof that it's going to buy from the bottom. It doesn't happen all of the time, but it does happen often, right? But this is one of those optimal entries. I'll go down to the lower time frame to see in real time what it's doing. Now in real time, it's below the zone. So if I did want to buy the market, it would have to come back above the zone on the lower time frame. If we can get another nice little wick here, and then it starts coming back above the zone on the lower time frame, we can get in for the buy and see if we can get our 10 pips. Now, let's see what gold's doing. Gold is back at the zone. I like gold better. I like the gold setup better. What you think, bro?
I do like that gold setup. We just waited to see what it was.
Outside the zone, buy. And if we was to take this buy from where it's at, stop loss is about 5 pips right below the zone. Well, that's a 15-second. Hold on. That's a little too dangerous. A little too dangerous. All right, so if I buy out the zone, the stop loss is below the zone on a 1-minute chart. It gives us about 5 pip stop loss on gold. I would probably do 6 or 7 just to give it a little bit of room, right? But I kind of like this setup. You got your impulse. Got a nice flag. You want to use your technicals. You want to wait for a break. Just wait for it to show you that it wants to break structure. As long as if it doesn't break below the zone and then it starts breaking structure, we can definitely get in the clear for this buy. On gold, we just got to be patient and wait and see what it's going to tell us. Ultimate low, matter of fact, the ultimate low would be the safest way was to use ultimate low, which is here. This would probably be the stop loss down here. Or just use the ultimate stop loss, which is 10 pips. So it's still about 15 pips at the most. If you want to get funky with it, you can use 3 to 5 pips to close in the gap. But ultimately, you want to make sure you stay in the clear these lows. Stop loss is here. Stop loss is 10 pips above the zone. I would definitely buy this. But from the top of the zone, if it was to get in at the very top of the zone, the stop loss is 15 pips. It's not bad. It's not a bad trade. It's an easy 1 to 2 ratio. We can probably get 30 pips. I'll definitely get in for this buy. This is a
All right, this is the retest.
Too, bro.
Here we go.
Because the well, your order block sitting there is lining up with the 800 EMA on the 1 minute.
Yeah, Siobhan pointed that out earlier today when I was at his house. Yeah, them EMAs on top of it. We're gonna get to that in a couple sessions. But yeah, those EMAs is standard resistance, support resistance as well. And sometimes them zones be sitting right up on it.
Right.
Yeah, that'd be extra confirmation, just added confidence to get into the trade because you're seeing the bounce from the zone and you're seeing the bounce from the EMA. That's an energy point. But yeah, this gold is gone, folks. It's gone. Where'd the box go? That was a nice one. That was a nice little retest. See how far we can get it though. See if we can get out.
You're bully right now, so.
Yeah, it's still playing with that
5 pips out of it. See if we can keep staying.
EMA.
See what my EMAs say. I think I got my EMAs.
1 minute 50.
I
Still
got a 50 and a 200. JD uses the 800 swing.
because the market's sitting above the 800, the 50, and the 200 on the 1 minute.
Yep. It's still bullish.
Go.
So-
Another retest on that gold.
Right there, bounce off the 50 and the order block.
All at the same time. That's added confirmations, baby. Yeah, that thing flung. That thing about to fly.
Hey, no, it's taking off too.
There's our 10 pips. Quick. That was a good. That was an easy one right there. That was a quick one. See it.
I think he's trying to retest about that 50 before.
Right at the bottom of the zone.
Got to keep in mind it's Asian session too, so they ain't gonna give us much.
Indeed, that's why I say 10 pips. We can't be too greedy. 10 pips, and then once we got the setup, and then by the time we get into the London session, the New York session, that's when we start getting them retests of them zones, and then we can catch the big move. Because a lot of the time, the big move will come after the retest. Like we got a nice little move first couple hours. The big move came on the retest, but by the time the retest happened, it's like London session, New York session. The day before that. Where we at? Let me get rid of some of these jobs. Hour. All right, so not only does this work for gold, right? Sell, take profit. I was just scrolling so you guys can see it. But buy, take profit, sell, take profit. Here go that sell entry, optimal entry from the top. There's another opportunity. There's another one right there. You got your sell, pulls all the way back to the top of the zone, even though it wicked above it. So on the lower time frames, it may look like it's above the zone. You still may have caught on the smaller time frame. Still got the 10 pips out of it, right? If you put it on the smaller time frame. But if you're still looking at it on the lower time frame, you'll notice you caught another break. It rejected from the top, started breaking again. You catch this sell. There's the big move happens the second go round. A lot of the times, the big move comes on the second retest. It goes to sell that hit the stop loss, right? The buy probably didn't get much out of it. That came back to hit the stop loss. But even if you was to buy it up here, that's kind of buying it out the zone. If you had to put it on a lower time frame, you would have caught an earlier entry, so you would have put the 10 pips. But where should we buy from? If it's buying, look where it pulled back to. It pulled back to the bottom of the zone. And once it pulled back to the bottom of the zone, if you can catch the entry at the bottom, you hit your 10 pips before it even broke back outside of the zone. So if you caught it somewhere in here, back up, there's 50 pips to the upside by catching the optimal entry. And then your stop loss, instead of it being 50 pips or 60 pips from buying up here, we're now buying it down here. Your stop loss is 10 pips, 15 or 20 pips at the most, and then you catch it from the bottom. And if it does break the zone, you're in the clear to hold it. Here's another one. Sell. Where do we sell from? At the most, we want to sell from the highest point possible. Here's one right there. And if you sold it from the high, you caught 30 pips. It pulled back to the high again. It gives you another entry. And then it shot down 100, 200 pips. The initial sale gave you your 10 pips. If all you're looking for 10, you're probably catching around Asian session or right before London. Then all of the movements start coming in. There's the entry at the top of the zone. Why wait for it to break below when you can sell from the high? So the zone, these zones is very important. Here's another one. You got your sell. The sell gave you 10 pips. All we're looking for is 10, right? If we scalping. But if you want to move, the sell is going to be at the highest point possible. Here goes another optimal entry for another 200 pips to the downside. And then after that, they gave you a clean buy for another 100 pips. There goes the buy. You got your buy. He's in one of them cases to where it'll just leave the station. It'll never come back. It just bought, got a brief pullback on a lower time frame. You'd have seen this trend channel. You could have got in somewhere in here, and it was straight in profit. Look where it pulled back to. And then, I mean, it wasn't straight to the pit, but it still pulled back to the zone. And it stopped. Where did it stop at? It stopped at previous lows, which is here. So sometimes the technicals will play a factor. The zone itself can guide you and help you along the way, but you still got to utilize your fundamentals, your technicals, your strength analysis and everything like that to make sure that you are currently on the right side of the trade. Because as the market moves, it can be unpredictable and it can start changing. Here's another one. Sell, went straight to profit, didn't pull back at all. Didn't give you not another chance, and went straight to profit. Here's a buy, retest, top of the zone. Sometimes it won't come back to the bottom of the zone. This might be the closest you can get is from the top of the zone. But it gave you your buy for 30 pips, retested the zone, and then it gave you another entry for 50 pips to the upside. Sell straight. Oh Lord, that was a good straight to profit. Straight into profit. Here goes another sell. It was stagnant. It went sideways a little bit. Gave you your 20 pips though. And then where did it pull back to? Can somebody guess? Guess where it came back to? Top of the zone. Easy trade from the top of the zone, 5-10 pips on gold, and you catch 100, 200 pips with no sweat on a 5-pip stop loss. Here goes another one. Sell, came back to where? It didn't come back to the top, but it still came back to the zone. You missed the first train, you can always catch it when it come back around the second time. Here's another buy. Look where the buy went to. Buy gave you at least 10, 20 pips, but look where it came back to. The bottom of the zone. So do we buy up here? I mean, you want to buy coming out of the zone, but would you buy? That's the fear of missing out. If you wanted to buy, you should have been buying down here somewhere technically. If we was to take the lights off and take the tools off, the buyers are down here somewhere. Who wants to buy all the way up here, right? If we gonna buy, if I know it's gonna buy, I need to wait for it to give me a better price. It's like if I'm going to the store, I know I want an item. I'm not gonna buy it as soon as it comes out. I'm gonna wait for it to hit the clearance aisle so I can get the same thing for a lower price. If you want to make money in the market, you got to get, if you want to buy the market, you got to buy it at the lowest price possible. That's what the zone is going to give you. It's going to guide you to get you to the lowest point possible. If it's pulling back, if you want to buy it and you're seeing it's pulling back, you just be patient enough to see if it comes back to your zone. And if it does, you can take a lesser risk trade because the stop loss is only about 5 pips. If you lose, so what? It's 5 pips. I would rather lose 5 pips than to buy it all the way up here and lose 50 pips. But let's go. Let's go. Let's keep going. Let's go. We did the metals. Let's go to NASDAQ for the nasty Nas traders out there. Nasty Nas. We had a beautiful move. We got a buy coming in as we speak. Well, what are we looking like on this Nas trade? Got to look at that buy, you guys. Look at that. Oh, that mercy, man. Missed that one too today.
Oh, man, missed that earlier.
That's like 600. What is that? That's like, whew. Let's measure this out. From the zone itself, 270 pips. You caught the buy. Let's go down to a lower time frame so we can see some action here. Lower time frame, 15 minutes. Look at these buys. Buy, retest. Buy again. Gave you the 10 plus. Retest. Buy again. How many pips is this? You bought it from here. Initial entry. It's 50 pips to the upside. Came back down. In case you missed the first one, here's another one for 60 pips. In case you missed the first two, here's another one for 200 pips.
That's where I got stopped out at. Then I had a 0.05.
Oh my God.
I started back driving. Came back to the phone about an hour. I almost cried.
Yeah.
Come on, straight took off without. I don't know how much that would have
Oh,
been.
without me, you took off without me, damn.
A 0.005
On
time
that,
60. Man,
yeah, you would have been lit for the day, bro. Whew. Yeah, I be hating those, man. It'll take you out. As soon as it take you out, it'll go right in your favor, man. I be hating those trades. Yeah, but here's another one. Sale gave you what you needed. Sale gave you everything you needed. Yeah, at least 10 pips. That's all we're looking for. There's 65. But if you didn't miss it, if you didn't catch the first one, where are we selling from? We selling. Where we selling from? The high zone. Easy trades. Those are the easy ones. You just don't know exactly when it's going to happen. But if you're seeing it, playing in front of, painting the picture in front of your eyes, and you catch it from here, that's 100 pips. Your stop loss is like, okay, so this is the previous high. This would be our stop loss right here. If I was to take the sell from the zone, my stop loss would be right above the high, which is this. My stop loss on this NASDAQ trade, 20 pips. A 20 pip stop loss on NASDAQ is amazing. 20 pips. If we go down to the lower time frame, the 5 minute, 3 minute, 1 minute, it'll probably been about 10 pips. But notice it happened again. It don't only happen once, it happened twice, it happened 3 times, it happened 4 times. All of these are entries. This is an entry here, 10 pips. Here's an entry here, 50 pips. Here's another entry here, 50 pips. All right. Then eventually it broke above the zone. Now this is above the zone. It came back to retest the zone. Even off of this retest, you could have caught a nice 20 pips to the other side.
dang. Hey, what are those supported indicators you got at the bottom? Like a TDI or something?
Yeah, I got a TDI and our momentum tool. Let's see if I can move this. I can't even see where the ones is at.
I was noticing when you was calling out those peaks, the that indicator was making like a shark fin at each peak.
Oh, you talking about this one right here?
Yeah, the shark fin at the top.
It's a TDI and RSI at the same time. Some reason, hold on. All right, there we go. It looks better now. Isn't that, yeah, that's it. That, oh my gosh. That sell on NASDAQ was amazing. It's that ultimate entry again. I mean, I'm talking about straight profit, no turning back. Those are the best trades to catch. It's the ones that it ain't even gonna wait. It's not lingering and drawdown. It's not whipsawing. It's not going into profit, out of profit. It's going further and further and further in the profit. Here's another optimal entry. Look at this sell. Look at that one. Jesus Christ. They don't happen a lot. They don't happen a lot, but they happen often. Right, here's a buy. The buy came into the market, retest the bottom, bought the bottom, and then it took off.
Man, look at the TDI on that last arrow you placed.
Up here?
No, the
Right here?
middle. Yeah.
Oh yeah, shark fin. Jeez. The shark fin, shark out the water.
I gotta start back practicing, waiting on that extra confirmation.
Extra confirmations, man. They gain the confidence. That way we know, okay, if it's already lining up on 1 tool, 2 tools, the technicals is looking good, and you got your oscillators lining up, and then we go to the strength meters lining up, or the sentiments lining up. Everything points to a go, baby. That's when the big, huge moves happen. Everything points to the same side. But yeah, this is the golden key, bro. If you see any trades, let me know. So what we did was,
Right now.
me and Siobhan, we realized that not only can you use the golden key tool for, look at these buys, man. Look at this buy. Buy 40 pips, 20, what was this? 15, yeah, it's about 40 pips, retest. Another 50 pips, retest. And if you had held all 3 of them, look how huge that buy was. Oh, we're looking for 10, but on NASDAQ, man, you can get an easy 50 pips on NASDAQ, especially if you're getting it from the right side of the trade. Let's do a quick scan real quick. Now I'm gonna show you guys what the golden key looked like on the Forex pairs, because usually we was using it on the session key. I'll show you guys the power of this golden key. Forex pairs as well.
Bro, I think gold is starting to sell. No.
It's still in the zone, so it's still in the clear. As long as it don't go below the zone. These are those ways we can get them optimal entries. It bought up. If you want to buy it, it's best to buy it at the bottom of the zone. It's breaking it on the 5 though. You're right. That thing might be selling.
Yeah, on the 1 minute it's already broken.
Let's go to the 3. Selling. We selling on the 3. All right, so the buy was short-lived, even being that we are on smaller time frames. Some of these trades may be a little short-lived. Got a little bit of market structure being broken. Yeah, it's a good sell. 1 minute chart. All right, so being that it's already in profit, the best thing to do is probably wait for a pullback on a smaller time frame. See if we can get on a smaller time frame. 5 minutes is telling us, it hasn't told us to sell yet on the 5. So we get a pullback on a lower time frame to give us the entry.
And it would be for breakfast. So we're talking all the time because we ate grits for breakfast when we were up. We never ate it because you ate grits and you were sitting.
Let's see if we can get this. We can get a nice pullback. Give us an entry here.
Aaron, unmute yourself.
I was muted. I ain't even. Silver's doing the same thing. Platinum's doing the same thing. Ooh, look at that retest on platinum. on a 15-second chart. Sell. 15-second chart. Sell. Bro, tell me what that is, bro. Because I was confused. How many pips is that?
That's platinum. That's what, 107 pips?
107. Bro, we on the 15-second chart. That's 100 pips. Still 15, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Platinum moving like that.
Platinum, that's what I'm saying. I ain't never traded platinum, but that 100 pips, 15 times 15 seconds, man. That's a 15, 415. That's about 3 minutes, bro.
Dang. In and out.
In and out. Look, though, look where it came to. The very top of the zone. We could have caught it from here.
With 3 confirmations.
Top of the zone to where it went to was 280 pips, man. 280 pips.
Gold is back in the zone, no.
Go, nice. 208 pips. Take profit 1. Gold is back in the zone, baby, and it's at the top. Well, how y'all trying to add? You want to add?
Bounce off the 800.
Where's it at on the EMAs?
It bounced off the 800 on the 1 minute.
Hey, that's a sell. I'll take this sell with a heartbeat. Yes, sir. Right under the 800. Is that the 800? I don't know if that's my 800. Let me see.
Take the 800 near the bottom of the order block.
This is my 50. It's under the 50 on the 1 minute. Yeah, I definitely take the sell from the top of the zone. As long as it stay under the 50 and we stay under the zone on a 1 minute chart, we're good. Take that sell. If it goes back above the zone, then we just recalibrate and look for the buy. Ain't no sweat, because if I was to take the sell, stop loss is right above the zone. It's 5 pips. No sweat. 5 pips stop loss. As long as it stays in the zone and don't go above the zone, it's still clear for the we still in the clear for the sell. If it goes above the zone and start closing, it's just, if it hits the stop, ultimately the stop loss is 10 pips up here. Right? If I want to close it, I don't want it to go nowhere back above the zone at all. We needed to go below the zone, so I can use a 5 pip stop loss. As long as it stays below the EMA, I'm good.
You can use that TDI median too as a support or resistance.
Right here?
Is that a yellow line?
Right here? Yeah.
Yeah, as long as it stays below that yellow, that's a sell. Then it just make the little hook.
I need to find my.
We just needed to close out of the zone.
There you go. We need to get back out of that zone. That was a good sell. Trying to widen this daggone screen so I can see my CDI, man. They ain't making me do it. I'll figure that out later.
You gotta go up. You gotta go up on the bottom charts in order to see it bigger.
Yeah, but I'm not seeing the arrow to let me do it. I can do this. Don't let me pull it.
That's the move. That's gonna move the panel.
Go to a lower time frame, see if we can see action. So it won't let me do it on the 5 seconds. Stay below the zone, we in the clear. If we get below this EMA, we in the clear. Got to cross.
That thing right in that 50 like it's nothing.
Oh, you got to cross though. I think this is. No, it's the 200. 9 is crossing the 200. Where the 50 at? That was a 50. That's a dead cross, ain't it? The 50 crossing the 200?
Yep.
That's right there.
What time frame it is?
It's a, oh, I'm sorry. It's a 15 second though. We still low though. We still good, baby.
Oh,
I like
yeah.
little dangerous, man. These little time frames. But we in the clear though. As long as it stay below the zone, we good.
Oh yeah.
Nice sell. Did clear 10 pips. Entry from the top. Somewhere in this area. You can get in where you fit in, somewhere in this area. Or even on the close of the candle.
I think Nas just turned around too. Bounced off that hourly resistance.
Yeah, it's back in the zone. It's bouncing off the 50. US 30s bouncing off the bottom. US 30s breaking. See if we can get past. Past that 200. Just bounced at the 200. US 30. If we can just bounce off this 200, this might be coming from the bottom of the zone. We'll keep an eye on that one. Yay.
What that is, your 200, the green dotted line?
Right here, yup.
All right.
On the 1 minute, it's the 1 minute chart. We can get this bounce.
Hey, well, look how US 30 hit the top of the zone on the 1 minute though, you know.
So even on the buy, it might not look like much. But it's still 20 pips, 25 in a 1 minute candle, 25 pips. Then it sold down, gave you another 20, 25 pips. Is that optimal entry again at the top? Right
Look like they gonna consolidate between the top of that order block and the bottom of that 200.
That EMA, yup. So we would just wait for a clear break. If it break this EMA, it's we got it, because I mean it went up for a good grip all day. We can get a retracement. They got to definitely break this EMA. If it don't break this EMA, we can expect it to eventually go higher. But right now, it's definitely on it's in the trap. It's trapping people right now.
Yeah. I'm expecting it to crash though.
Crash, yeah.
But the GDP report ain't looking too good.
Ooh, EU. Now notice we don't have the session key up here, but we're gonna scan through. I'm gonna show you guys real quick how we can scan through utilizing this golden key on some of these pairs as well. Right now, EU is in seller's territory. Zoom in real quick. Sell was short-lived, but the buy gave you everything you need. And you got the retest once, you got the retest twice, you got a retest third time. It broke below, and then it gave you a retest once, twice, 3 times before it took off.
3 times a lady.
But let's see. Once you understand the power of the golden key tool, how to utilize the golden key tool, and then you add it to the session key. Look at this sell, retracement, sales from the high, sell from the high. 200 pips. And you could have sold it just from the signal itself, got the 10 pips, 20, 30 pips, whatever, or held it, however you see fit. But after you get your 10 pips, get up out the market. When you start seeing the retest, that's when you start loading up and trying to catch the actual move itself. But for the most part, especially on these funded accounts, you want to get your 10 pips in and out, 10 pips in and out, 20 pips in and out. And if it gives you one of them optimal entries, then you know you can hold it, especially if you're going for a buy or a sell. You're going for a sell and then you're selling it from the high of the zone. Instead of waiting for it to sell way down here, you selling it from way up here, you can hold it. Another excellent move on you, EU. It's 5 minute chart. Let's go on. What's that?
Big man.
Euro AUD. Euro AUD got an entry.
Remember I was telling you about that Euro AUD earlier?
Oh yeah, it's in the clear. That Euro AUD buy looking good, you guys. That's looking good. We about 30 minutes late on that one. Oh, we late on that. Should have caught it on the retest. It's all good. That's a good trade. And a long-term trade. That's a good long-term one too. That might be the trade of the night. Right there. But notice here on the Euro AUD, we still on, this is a Forex pair. Notice we are on still the golden key. We don't even have the session key up yet, right? But you got your buy outside the zone, and you got your retest right there. Took off. Retest the highs, took off again. Let's add the session key, see what the session key says.
Still in the second key. It's about to break the second key now.
So now you'll understand the power of adding the tool, because the session key ain't bought yet. It's buying already out the golden key though. So you got in where? At the bottom of the zone. A lot of the cases, the golden key will give you an early entry to the trade. The session key is the blue box. The golden key is the gold box at the bottom. It hasn't given us a clear indication that it wants to buy just yet on Euro AUD, but it has on the golden key. So you're getting in from the bottom. I mean, you can wait till it buy. I mean, we already stressed we don't want to buy at the high, but you can buy from this zone. This zone is very important. But if you're utilizing both of them, you will be able to find yourself catching earlier entries based off of the tools working together. Let's see if we can find another one. Let's go to Euro USD real quick. Now notice here on Euro USD, you got a double confirmation for a buy. Now the golden key gave you a sell first. It was short-lived, but you got a buy from the golden key. And then you got the buy from the session key. That is a double confirmation to buy. You can buy with confidence. You got your 40 pips. Notice what happened. Where did it come back down to? It came back down into the session key, but notice where it stopped at and started consolidating. And this is a lot of divergence. This divergence was happening back at the golden key zone. If I take the golden key off, you will have no idea that it was going to stop here in this area. Had no idea. People would have had no idea it was going to stop in this area. If I take off the session key, people definitely would have had no idea where it was stopping. A lot of people selling right here. They're selling. They still selling. They had no idea they was going to get caught in this trap. When you turn the lights back on, you got your session key and you got your golden key. You already understand you're in a double confirmation for a buy. We're looking for buy opportunities. Where do I want to buy from? The lows. Where's the low? Low of the golden key, or ultimately the low of the session key. Those are your 2 points. We don't know exactly where it's going to go, but if it gets down here and it done did all of this movement, it done made all this movement, it got to sell almost 100 pips to get way back down here. I'm not trying to sell down here. I'm buying. I would much rather buy and have a 5 pip stop loss than to sell and have a 100 pip stop loss. If I'm wrong, I just lost 5, 10 pips. I would rather lose 5 pips and be wrong than to lose 100 pips and be wrong. So these tools are, once you understand it, it'll be easy to follow. You see the buys, we're buying. Where do we want to buy at? At the lowest price possible. The golden key, it came into the golden key, came back above the golden key zone. I'm buying in this candle right here. And you put this easy trade in 15, 20 minutes, 20 pips. All you need is 10. A pip a minute. Then it came way back down to the zone. Even matter of fact, I ain't gonna stun on it. Like this trade right here, I would have took this one too. So you got your 20 pips, at least 10. It came back and did it again. I mean, to the T, to the bottom of the golden key zone. Came back out the zone. I would have took this trade as well. It's another 15, 20 pips. All you need is 10. Then it pulled all the way back down. I probably wouldn't have took it down here, but I would have damn sure taken it back out the golden key zone. It's back above the golden key zone. We're buying out above the golden key zone. Even though it's inside the session key zone still, it's back above the golden key zone. I buy again. And if you don't buy it on that candle, you can at least buy the retest and retest the top of the zone. It bought outside the session key and the golden key, came back and retest the top of the golden key. I'm buying again in this candle. So that's 3 entries. There's another 20 pips. 20 pips a piece. Now notice what happened. It came back and it started selling. Now that we selling, now I don't know. I got all of the buys I needed. I ain't even worried about the buys. I'm done, right? But now, oh, we selling now. We're below the zone. What do we sell? Perfect entry. That's why we call it the perfect entry trading system. Perfect entry. 2, 3. This is Euro USD. So you could do like a 3 to 5 pip stop loss on this trade if you wanted to. Notice it never came back. Never came back. So even if you want to do a conservative, you wait for it to break back below the golden key zone. You don't have to wait for it to break back below the session key zone. If the golden key zone is inside the zone, if you're looking to sell and it goes to the top of the zone, if you don't want to risk it up here, you can at least wait for it to break back below the golden key zone and sell from here instead of selling from here. That's if you missed the move. If you missed the initial move and notice the sell, never hit your stop loss. So it's still in the clear. It still ended up going in the profit, right? But if you want to catch the entry, you can either sell it from here the conservative way and risk going into drawdown 20 pips, or you can sell it from the high with a stop loss of 10, 20 pips and go directly into profit. That's another easy 10, 20 pip trade from outside the golden key zone back down to the bottom, or if you just held it through the course of 10, 20 pips easily. And then it came back up once again. Didn't quite touch the zone, but it came back to the zone once again. Break outside the zone, you catch a trade all over again, another 30, 40 pips to the downside. That's Euro USD. Let's go to another pit. Here we go. Sell. Where did it stop at? I hope you guys are seeing this. This double confirmation, man. Where did it stop at, though? And so we selling. We know to sell. Ordinarily, when we was doing the trainings, we know just using the session key. If we selling, we want to sell. We got your areas of interest. I told you guys to look left, find your areas of interest. This is a potential area of interest. How would you know that, though? Unless you actually marked up the charts. How would you know that? How did people know? How did we know it was going to stop right there? How did we know it was going to stop right there? All we know is we got this high of the zone, we got the low of the zone. We below the zone, we selling. If it comes back to the high of the zone, breaks above the zone, we're buying. If we're selling and it gives us a nice move, then it comes back to the tip of the bottom of the zone, we can get a retest from here to catch it back down. Or ultimately, our optimal entry, if it's selling and it comes all the way up here and it touches it by the wick, we can get an optimal entry of 5 or 10 pips and sell it from the high. How did we know it was going to stop? Right here. That is where the golden key will be useful. Look at that amazing retest. Now, if we were just looking at the session key, we was probably looking for it to come up here. It never came up here. We missed the train. But now that we're adding the golden key with the session key, you wouldn't have missed this trade. Look at that trade. That was an easy trade. I mean, no sweat. No sweat whatsoever. All 50 pips. I don't see not one green candle. 50 pips. Easy. That was an easy one. If you see something, bro, let me know. Let's see.
Still looking.
Double confirmation for the buy. It was short-lived, but you got the 10 pips out of it. This is 5-minute candle. 5-minute chart. So we're not expecting a 100-pip move unless we're holding it from the optimal entry. Then we can probably expect to get a nice move from it. But when you're getting first fresh breaks and everything like that, all we looking for is 10. What's that? Everything buying on the indices. Wasn't we just looking at it and it was selling? Oh, it was bouncing. It damn sure was. It bounced. It bounced off that 200, didn't it? Sure did. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Let's see how far it goes. See if we can get in the zone, in the zone, in the zone for the sale. We missed the first one. This is a NASDAQ on the 15-second chart. Now, ultimately, we're looking for a sell below the zone. We're below the zone. That's the sell from the zone. 15 seconds. 15 seconds. 4 pips. 15 seconds. Who's dangerous enough to trade NASDAQ on the 15-second chart? Utilizing these zones, you may find yourself on a lower time frame trading the indices. Overall, it's still in the zone. But as we expected, after a major move like this, I'm expecting some type of pullback. There's already, I mean, this is heavy divergence for one. It's already breaking the channel. You got your ultimate high here.
Hey, a trade that everybody can get into is that is UCAT. I think I found something, but UCAT is literally walking on the 50.
Oh,
We got a double buy on the session key and the golden key together.
yeah, that looked good. That looked like a good trade. That looked like a good trade. There's a lot of divergence going on in this market. So sentiment is going up, but the price still going down. The trap. But yeah, that's looking good, bro. Let's see if we can catch it on a lower time frame.
I think he's coming back to retest the retest the high.
Retesting the high.
But on the 5 minute, that 200 sits above everything. So I think he's about to try to break and cross, give a dead cross on that 50 and that 200. Right from that bottom.
Yeah, it's sitting right at the top of the zone too. We might get a little bit of might get a little resistance there, but it is the top of the zone. I mean, we got a double confirmation for sell, and then we got one for buys. We got one buy, we got 2 sells.
Look at the 15 minute.
You said a 15?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, it's getting above 200. 2 sell confirmations. But naturally, if we were just going, because we're adding our technicals, but if we're going strictly based off of the
Oh no, you're on USD CAD. I said Euro CAD.
Oh, EuroCAD. Oh, okay, I'm on the wrong pin then.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's an easy buy. Ooh, look at that cross. Yeah, that's an easy buy.
I'm already in there, but that's something that's something we can get into, man. Gotta just wait a bit, but
We can see what happens here. I don't know what this is. I think this is my it's my
that's the
200.
in, man.
Gotta get above that 200, baby. Get above that 200. It's a wrap. Notice we already got to buy out the session key. We got to buy already out the golden key. So if you even caught it from the session key, the golden key was nothing but extra confirmation to stay in the trade. You caught your 10 pips already. That's hypothetically if you was using a tool, you would have caught your 10 pips already. But right now is if we can get this cross, it's a wrap. If this can get above this this EMA 50 EMA 200 EMA death cross, it's a wrap. Go to the lower time frame, see what it's doing. I see a little channel going on. There you go. There she goes. If you guys have any questions, don't hesitate to ask in the chat or to unmute yourself. Feel free.
Y'all see anything? Hey, look back on the Aussie pairs though. Look back at the Aussie pairs, bro. And check the 15 minutes on the Aussie pairs. Remember we saw that buy north of the zone before we got on the
Session.
Hey Maryland. Good afternoon, ma'am. Well, good evening, actually, or good night, we can say. Hey, that's Miss Marilyn Lee. She has been with us for over 4 years now.
Yes.
Yeah, man, one of the OGs of the winner circle, despite anything. Yeah. But look at how we came back and retest the zones, though.
Back in the zone. Where my session key at? Where the golden key at? Oh, it's above it. Okay. So these are those chances, like especially if you're brand new, this would you have to make the right decision, because notice we have a buy coming out of the session key, but we have a sell coming out of the golden key. So you just got to kind of wait for it to give it the clear direction of where it wants to go. You wanted if it wants to buy out of the session key, I would wait for it to buy out of the golden key. If you wanted to sell from the golden key, I would sell it from the high of the session key. Or conservatively wait for it to break the session key down here. That way, you know, both of them are going incongruent with each other.
Yeah, here goes the Eurocat about to fly now,
It's breaking.
about to take off.
We got the cross. It looked like we're getting the cross, that death cross. Oh yeah. And if we could break this, I trapped it. So all we gotta do is kind of trap the market with market structure. And it can only go two ways. You gotta figure it out. You got a small trend line on the bottom, you got a trend line on the top. Where's it gonna go? Pizza. That's what it looked like, pizza slugs. If we break above,
Like a slice of Little Caesars right there.
Little Caesars.
Little Caesars.
We break above, well, we know we're in the clear for that buy. Savannah's already in the buy. You got your entry here coming from the golden key, and the entry here coming from the session keys. So both of them naturally.
I took that buy immediately out of the golden key though. I waited until that buy, we got that buy stick down from the golden key. I took that buy.
Yeah, because that's an extra confirmation, because it was already telling us to buy out of the session key. So he just kind of waited. And when it gave him the confirmation to buy, he bought it after the golden key break. And we're floating in the profit, baby.
Yeah.
Do a brief scan real quick. Let's go to the 5 minute, 3 minute. Do a brief scan. Yeah, that's a nice trade, bro. Nice one. Your NZD, where we at?
Yeah, I think you're in the all the Europeans that similar setup. Just gotta wait till the break, because if we look at Euro USD,
Ooh.
as a European, that one was the ultimate buy though. And everybody, I think, is trying to copy that move because it was the strongest one.
Who's in strength right now?
I think Euro USD, I was saying Euro USD as a pair was the strongest move out of the Europeans.
Okay.
So if you look at Euro USD, you'll see how that buy,
Yeah.
double buy came out.
Yeah. It was a nice move to the upside. That was some of them are still kind of lingering.
Yeah, like EuroCAD and Euro NZD. I'm thinking we might get a follow through just the same way.
What we looking at the strength meter? Yeah, I don't even have my what's the name on.
Right now, CAD is the strongest thing. USD weak, JPY weak. Those are the only two weakest.
That's why CAD is strong, so it's breaking this channel. It looked like Euro USD is bouncing off the session key. Is it? Yeah. It already gave us a buy.
Gave a buy.
Buy.
Come back down to the session key as a retest. Come back down to entry as a retest. Let's see what it does.
Back to the entry. Let's do a little bit more scanning. Why do I think he's doing this? I think I sell. Sell from the golden key to the session key is 15 pips.
Oh man, look at GCAD. I'm thinking we might get the same move as EuroCAD too.
Yeah, GCAD lead. Buy,
Double buy.
double buy. Put a brief sell here, but if you're using the tool and you're acting it, you never want to go against each other. So if the leading indicator is a buy, which is the session key, it gave you the buy first. Then when the golden key kicked off, it gave you a sell. That is a higher risk trade because you're still above. You should be in a buy. You're in bias territory above the zone, so there's no sense of taking this sell. But when it gave you the buy, it's congruent and compromises with the first signal, so you can jump in on the break. So even off of the break of this candle, the entry from here to where it's at now, 30 pips. Easy 30 pips on GCAD. Sell that. I sell that just off of just off of the market structure technicals.
DJ?
Yep.
Oh yeah, yeah. GCAD, buy.
We're at the top of the zone. It told us to sell already from the golden key, and that is one of those cases. Kind of, I'm going against what I was just saying. But this is me. If I would just take the lights off, I would sell it just based off of technicals, right? I would sell this based off of technicals. But being that we are above the session key, we will look for hopefully a buy. Now, if this does break back below the zone, because we are selling from the session key. So if we sold from the session, from the golden key to the session key is about 15 pips. So if I can squeeze out 10 out of this trade, all I'm risking is about 5 pips. About 10 pips. So 1-to-1. 10 for 10. But if it breaks above this zone, it gives us a buy. That's a clear indication that we're in bias territory. We're above the session key. We're above the golden key. And we catch the buy up. Let's keep going. Let's see if we can find a clear one. Here's a good one. I just don't trade pairs, man. I don't like CHF pairs, but this might be a nice sale.
Look at GN as well.
Oh, which one?
GBP NZD.
Hold on.
It's already about to break. But if you look at the 15, look at that.
Ooh, where's it going, isn't it? Oh, jeez. Where are you going, GN?
That is actually a trade that we can take once it breaks the session key. Because it's already in bias territory.
It's trying now. It's already in bias. It's trying now. But this is one of those trades again. Naturally, we might get it might sell from the top and come back all the way back down to the golden key. Because we still in the Asian session. So if we was to take the sell from the top of the zone to the bottom, it didn't give us our 10 pips, so I wouldn't even risk it. But GM been moving heavily, man, for the past, 2-3 days? Sheesh. Yeah, but if it does break this session key, there ain't really much that can stop it. It's above all EMAs right now, all of them. We just look for the break on the session key. Right now is at the top of the session key.
That's one we need to look out for. Everybody should look out for this one. Because I think 1.9400 would be like the ultimate TP. Because that's where we have some amount of resistance.
Oh.
1.95, 400.
Now, even the buy from the golden key came in. Let me see if I can zoom in. First, the buy from the golden key came in. Bought it. It's respecting the low, even though you get brief. This is the 1 minute chart. So you're going to see the price coming outside of the zone. If you go to a higher time frame, these are nothing but wicks outside of the zone. The price stayed inside of the zone and eventually broke higher. Let's go to a higher time frame so you guys can see that. On the lower time frame, you're going to get those kind of wicks. On the higher time frame, on the lower time frame, you're going to see the candles. On the higher time frame, it's nothing but wicks at the bottom of the golden key zone. So if we wanted to buy, where we buying from? There's one candle, there's two, there's three, there's a whole bunch of entries we could have caught on this buy from down here. And if that's the case, we catch the buy out of the golden key zone. Not only did we catch the buy out of the zone, it retests. Where was it? Where was it? There you go. Out of the zone, gave you 10 pips, retest. Well, I don't think that was 10 pips, but it did, it retest. So you either caught it from the bottom of the zone, it's telling us to buy. We buying from the bottom of the zone, or ultimately the bottom of the session key if we wanted to buy, if we're anticipating to buy. And we would have got our 10 pips already. And they ain't even got out the zone yet. So the golden key will be added confirmation to make sure that you guys can get in an earlier entry, even though you can use the session key by itself. Like we have been doing the past few sessions. When you add that golden key, you add that bad boy to it, then you start back testing and utilizing it to your advantage. A lot of people right now, they're starting to buy GBP NZD just based off the session key. But being that we have the golden key, you were able to get in it earlier and even at a lower price, because this zone gives you a tighter risk. Notice the session key is about, let me put the session key. Session key is 20 pips. Session key is 20 pips. Golden key is 8 pips. So it gives you a smaller range, which is a more optimal entry that GN is breaking out the zone on a higher time frame, the 3 minute, the 5 minute, the 1 minute. Breaking out the zone as we speak. As long as we stay above our EMAs, we're good. Got a couple crosses going on. We good, we good.
Check out EdCat, bro.
We above all, we above everything. We above,
Mhm.
we above, we above. Oh yeah. Hold on. Oh yeah. We are buying above, we already bought above the session key and the golden key. The golden key was at the top of the zone, but we started buying. We're now outside. I will just pay close attention to about 8026. That's where 800 EMA is at. But we should be able to squeeze a nice good 10 pips out of that. Oh, no, I don't know. You might be able to get it. If we had got it from the might have gave us a better entry. But it's definitely in the profit, definitely in the profit. See what everything else is doing. That Euro USD is that might be a good bounce. I'm liking that EU. Euro CAD is better.
I know what you're saying about USD CHF, but USD CHF, out of all the CHF pairs, USD CHF has been the one that you can actually rely on as a CHF pair.
Okay.
That sell that you found
Right here?
Yep. If we just wait a little bit.
Yeah, because it's retesting the high now. It's retest. So on this one, this is a pretty good setup because it's retesting the high of the golden key. So if you want to enter, you can catch the sell. It's a double confirmation of a sell, but it done already retested the high of the golden key. As long as it stays below the golden key, we good. As long as it stays below, even though the golden key is at the bottom of the zone. So of course, if it stays below the golden key, that means it's under the session key. It's under the session key as well. So the golden key is now your resistance. It's the highest point possible. We can catch a sell from the high, and hopefully it breaks back below, and it gives us our 10 pips. That could be an easy setup. You know, 10 pips back to the EMA. Let's do a brief scan, see where everything at. Marilyn said, is the entry only at break of the session key and the golden key? Great question. Now, it all depends, because you may have the session depending on where the market is at with the golden key and the session key. Sometimes, like here on this case scenario, the golden key is outside of the session key zone, as GU. Some cases, the golden key will be inside the session key zone, right? So it all depends on where it's actually at and what pair it is. Every pair, the setups will be different depending on the pair of the day. The best setups, like say for instance, this setup, right? Hypothetically, if this was the session key, and then hypothetically price came down here, and then your golden key was at the bottom, right? So just imagine the golden key is actually at the bottom of the session key, and it breaks above, like it did here on the session key. Or I'm sorry, it'll have to break above the golden key first. So to actually, if the golden key is at the bottom and it starts giving you the buy signal from out of the golden key, that's your first indication to buy. And then if it breaks back above the session key, it'll give you another indication to buy. That is probably the clearest setup that we can get utilizing both the tools. So if we're buying, if we're looking for the buy and the golden key is at the bottom and then it breaks above it, and it's giving you the buy on the golden key, it's giving you the buy from the bottom of the session key zone. So if it breaks from the golden key zone and it breaks the session key, you know that your buy is valid. Not only is it valid, you got in early if you use the signal from the golden key, and vice versa. If the golden key ends up, it's at the top of the zone, of the session key zone, and then it starts to sell from the golden key, it's selling from the top of the zone. So hopefully it'll sell from the golden key and then eventually sell through the session key. That's 100%. That's if it works in that favor. Will it work like that all the time? Of course it wouldn't. It may often though. So let me see. Let's see if we can find one real quick. See if we can find one. See if we can find one. It's probably one right here. It's not quite. It's in the middle of the zone. Now, even if it wasn't, if the session key, of course, the golden key is in the middle of the zone, it gives you another chance to catch entries. Notice we are not selling at all. We're not selling at all. We started selling here. We're selling. So if we're selling here, if this is our entry coming out of the zone, you already caught the 10 pips. Then you got your little W pattern. It pulled back. When it pulled back, I would have probably sold in this area as well, because it pulled back into the zone and then it started coming back out the zone. I wouldn't have sold this.
But once it broke out of that session, meaning that golden key, I couldn't have taken that. That wasn't.
Yeah, you can. You definitely can. That's just the earlier. That's the early
Right.
entry.
Early entry.
That's
Okay.
the early entry to get out. Because if you catch it from here, you are already in the clear, and then everybody else is waiting for the session key to break. By the time they even get into the trade, you already got your 10 pips. You can keep holding and get 20 to 30, right? So
that could be a re-entry.
Or that could be a re-entry. Exactly. And then when it comes back into the zone, notice when it came back to the zone, it retests here at the top. It respected it. When it respected and it broke back below the golden key zone again, I would jump in all over again. So instead of catching the entry down here, you can catch the entry when it breaks back below the golden key. If we're selling, if we're already selling, and it gives you that optimal entry, you can be riskier and take it up here with a lower stop loss. Or if you want a conservative, you don't have to wait anymore. Because if I took the golden key off for a second, usually we can either selling from the top or we're waiting for it to give us a clear indication that it wants to go back below the bottom and we selling from down here somewhere. But if you have the golden key on, you now have a even better entry because you can sell it when it goes back below the golden key. So even though it's in the session key, if we already selling, we're anticipating the sale, we got the respect of the zone at the top. We know it ain't trying to buy because it respected. It gave a nice wick at the top of the zone. They don't want to buy at all. So we can get the sale once it breaks back below the golden key. And you can catch this sale from here to here and get your 10 pips. And then it happened again, broke back below the golden key, got your 10 pips again.
So we don't have to wait until it closed. We can just once it crosses or breaks it?
I would say wait until it closes. Because in a lot of cases, just like here, a lot of people would have saw this, and if it had a broke above the session key and they seen it above it, as soon as it goes above it, they buy. But being that the 3-minute candle wasn't done yet, it ended up closing back in the zone. So we do want to still at least, based off the time frame, you want to at least wait for that candle to close. Now, if you're trying to get in earlier, if you're looking at a 3-minute and you're seeing this breaking below it, that's when you just go. If you want to get an earlier entry, you just go to the 1 minute and get it 1 minute earlier or 2 minutes earlier, depending on where it's at. Where's my chart at?
Coach, I have a question. Are we gonna have access to these? Like, can we pay a membership and have access to these so we can?
Yes. Are you? If you're in Heal, we're trying to get everything added into the Heal platform. Are you from Heal?
Yes, I'm level 6.
Yes. So once we get because we still have the programmers trying to get everything developed onto it. That way,
I wasn't able to download the app. I don't know. That's where I'm gonna find information, or on a messenger. I'm a messenger. That's how I came to the class. Is that where you're gonna announce, or somewhere else?
Yeah, we're gonna announce it in the groups. Overall, you should see it in the apps as well. It should give or take in maybe about a week or so. We're adding signals to the app. We're also going to be adding the tools. Even if we have to do it start off manually, we may have to do it that way until the programmer to get everything connected through the API. But yeah, these tools will be available very, very soon. Some of the people that are already with us, they've been a part of our exclusive group, so they already had access. But we're going to be adding some of these tools that we have in some of the trainings to the Heal platform, and hopefully in about a week or so.
And do you know the price by any chance?
I'm sorry?
You know the cost, the monthly cost by any chance?
Right now it's $179. But with the Heal platform, being that with the smart contracts, you have to buy up to certain levels.
Yeah.
I don't know what the buy up level will be, how much it will be to buy up to the level, but I believe altogether it will be about the same price, $150, $179.
Okay.
On top of what I don't know what level they're going to be putting some of these tools on yet. So you might have to have the buy-in on, just like they did with the automated bots and everything like that. You had to buy up to the certain level. Then once you buy up to that level, you'll be able to get access to the tools itself. So all of that stuff will be finalized this week, and we should start making announcements by next week.
Thank you so
Hopefully
much.
the beginning of the week. It is the end of the week this week. So I plan on getting with them this weekend, have a few meetings with sit downs with them to see if we can finalize stuff and get the ball rolling. There's quite a few people that are now that you guys are seeing it. I don't want to tease y'all and y'all can't even get access to it. So I'm gonna reach out to him tonight to see what the progress is.
And we can swing trade as well, right? Or intraday if we want to.
Well, in the sense you can, because some of these trades, like if you wanted to swing trade, let's go to our.
Like I prefer to go with like a lower lot size, and
Okay.
I don't mind just let it be, and I go into my things. I put my stop loss. I put my take profit.
Like, say for instance, if you wanted to swing trade, right? Notice this is Euro USD. Let's just use the session key for now. Euro USD. Notice if you're using extra technicals, right? You're getting the sell. You catch this first sell and you're holding it. And then you notice in the second day, you get another sell and you're holding it. You got an optimal entry at the top. It's selling, and you done caught 3 sales within about 3 or 4 days. And then you
I love it. I can move I can keep my first one and re-enter on the second.
And just keep re-entering. As long as the session key is going lower and lower and lower, we in selling territory, so you can just keep on holding it. The only one that pulled back kind of was here, but then it still gave you the sell to continue. Right, this buy might have been a little scary, but it eventually still gave you the sell to continue, another sell to continue, another sell to continue, and we're currently where we at now. So in a sense, you could have held this trade for about 7 days, 1, 2, 3, 4.
I love it. Yes, because I rather go with one lot size and stay for a long time, and the stop loss doesn't feel as big, and I can get more profit.
Exactly.
And less time on the charts.
And like you said, you can also, as you're holding the ones from the top, you just catching re-entries. And if you did want to catch the optimal entry, Or if you wanted to up your lot size a little bit, you can just go for 10 pips. If you're up in the lot size, you don't necessarily have to be greedy. You get your little 10, 20 pips, close it out, let your swings, let them keep running. And then if you get another entry that seems clear to you, you can jump in, get your little 10, 20 pips, or allow it, just keep allowing it to do. Like this sale right here was a beautiful sale. I mean, it didn't pull back at all for 150 pips. But if you was holding it from way up here, I mean, that's a huge sale. That's a huge sale.
I love those.
400 pips. Jeez.
Yay. Sure. Money while you sleep.
Yep.
And the golden key is live. Like, I mean, you can see it in the second, like I saw you did. Even in the second, you don't have to wait. It's not lagging. It's like right now.
You mean the golden key?
Yeah, the information. Yeah, it's not lagging. I saw you doing in 50 seconds.
It'll tell you as soon as that candle closes. If it closes above, it'll tell you to buy. And if it comes back into the zone, it's not going to disappear. It doesn't repaint or anything like that. So once it's up there, it's up there. So once you get it, you'll be able to back test it just to get familiar with it and understand the power in it. If you had to just see the setups and everything like that, you're like, okay, this, because it doesn't repaint. So you're seeing a buy. If you see a buy, this is the actual buy of the trade, and you see how far it went up. You see all of these potential setups that we could have caught using this tool. Here's a loss right here, small little loss. It's not 100%, but here's another one that you probably may have lost that. You might have caught 10 pips out of it, especially if you're on a lower time frame. You could have definitely put your 10 pips on this buy. But even if you did take a 20, 30, 40 pip loss on that, that sale was huge. You got it all back. So this tool definitely is very, very, very accurate, and one of the most accurate tools I've seen and that I've used. I mean, look at these buys, buy, straight into profit, buy, straight into profit, sell, straight into profit. This buy, there's another loss, sell, straight into profit. The buy being that, now that's another thing when you're using the tools, like in this case scenario, once it tells you to buy and it tells you to sell, like in this case scenario, it told you to buy above the zone, then it told you to sell above the zone. Unfortunately, it didn't tell us to buy when the move actually happened because it already gave us the buy signal and the sell signal. So once you get the buy signal and the sell signal, it won't tell us to buy.
You kind of watch. You watch to see what happens.
Yep. So if you see it, if you manually seeing it break above the zone, then you follow the buy signal all over again, and you get back into the trade.
Okay.
It's buy, clean sales. I mean, this thing is amazing. Clean sale. The buy was short-lived, or it may have lost. Like these losses, I don't even worry about it. As long as we're utilizing our proper risk management, we're not over leveraging or anything like that. We're gonna get a few hiccups here and there, but a lot of these trades are straightforward. Sell, here's another one. That's 2 in a row or 3 in a row. A lot of these sales, you're gonna get at least 20 pips out of it. Just at least, let's do a brief scan. Let's see where we at. What we got, bro? You see anything?
Yeah, the market's reacting. No, I think USD CAD look like it's about to sell. Euro USD look like it's pulling back.
That
Euro USD is back into the zone.
Yeah, it's at the zone now. Oh, it's trying to come in. Let's see what it does. So here's one of those trades, a live setup to where you got your buy out of the zone. Let's see what the golden key is at. Golden key sold. So now we're.
Are you leaning more toward the 3-minute time frame?
I'm sorry.
Are you leaning more toward the 3-minute time frame being the?
I use the 3-minute because it's kind of in between the 1 minute and the 5 minute. I like to be dangerous. The conservative trade is the hour chart, right? We want to make sure the conservative trade is the hour chart. So say for instance, even now on this Euro USD trade, if we were using our chart, it would have given us a buy out of the session key, right? But it stopped at the top of the golden key. So it's now currently coming down to the bottom. What is this? To the bottom of the golden key. So if we wanted to buy this market, we either buying at the very top of the conservative entry, or if you just want to wait for the pullback, you can buy it from the top or the bottom of the golden key, or ultimately your ultimate entry will be the bottom of the session key. Now, we have to, in a sense, we got to factor in, being that it is an hour chart, we have to wait for that full hour to close. So a lot of the cases, like here, if we had waited for this hour candle to close before we got in the market, we would have missed our 10 pips, 15 pips. So instead of waiting for the hour, now the hour is just giving us the direction. It gives us a clearer indication of where the market is. But if you go down to the lower time frame, instead of waiting for the full hour to close, we can get in at an earlier rate. So I'll go from the hour, then I'll go down to the 15-minute to see what it looks like. I'll do my top-down analysis from the hour. Is right now bouncing, is at the high of the session key. I will start doing my trend lines and everything like that, marking up the charts, and I'll go to the 5-minute. I like the 5-minute. I go to the 3-minute because it's kind of in between the 1 minute and the 5-minute, but naturally the 5-minute would be the go-to if you're trying to get the optimal entry on the lowest time frames. It would definitely be the 5-minute chart. Yeah, I just like to get a little dangerous with it. I wouldn't advise that until you get used to the actual tools itself. But yeah, we may get a pullback. Now notice the session key tool won't change. The size won't change. It'll always, whatever, if it's 20 pips, it'll always be 20 pips, even if you go down from the hour chart down to the 1-minute chart. The size of it doesn't change. The golden key, on the other hand, will change in size. So notice here, the golden key is at the top of the zone. It's on the top of the session key zone on the 5-minute. But on the hour chart, it's lingering inside of the zone. The bottom of the golden key is inside of the session key zone. So the more conservative way is to make sure that you're understanding the hour chart, because we may just get a bounce from this golden key low on the hour chart. But if you look at it on a 5-minute, it's already broken under the low on the golden key. And we don't know where that low is on the session key. So we still have to factor in the higher time frame just to give us a better understanding of where the ultimate trend is at. Because we want to utilize this, the strategies is based off the hour chart, right? We're just fortunate enough to where we can kind of go down to the lower time frames and get the entries, and it still works. But it was based off of and built based off of the hour time frame. So here, if we wanted to get this buy, I would try to catch, if it comes back down to this golden key, which is this line here, if it comes back down there, that is retesting the bottom of our golden key zone, and I will buy it from here, or ultimately buy it from way down here, which is the bottom of the session key zone. So now that we know where the bottom of the golden key zone on the hour chart is, we can go down to the 5-minute and see if it respects our support. So as long as it doesn't go below here and it bounces from here or somewhere in here and goes back above it, we can catch the re-entry on a buy on Euro USD. Let's do a quick scan. I'm not gonna hold you guys too much longer. I know it's getting late. I forgot, I thought we started at 6. I forgot we started at 9. So I'm not gonna hold you guys too much longer. But if you have any questions, feel free to ask in the chat.
Yo, look at you, Cat. I think we might get that buy. You know,
Ooh.
I'm not sure yet, but look at the bottom of the gold. Check out you, Cat. Look at that move. That was a 10-pip move out of the golden key, though.
All right, man.
Easy. Easy.
Up 15 pips from the bottom of the zone.
Well, it's at the top of the second key zone. Jesus. Usually what I do is that even if I'm on the lower time frame, I wait until, even if the session key give me the signal, my entry is always on the second candle after the signal.
Exactly.
And I'm waiting for it to clear the zone first, even on the lower time frame.
Indeed, because it might give you one candle, it might come out one candle, and you think this is the buy, and it'll buy, and then it come right back into the zone. So if it gives you multiple candles outside of the zone, you know you're in the clear. That part. Euro AUD, briefly, this is what here go one of them right here. You bought outside the zone, then they pull right back into it.
Well, really,
this might be a nice bounce though, because it did come outside the zone, is back at the bottom. Would you rather buy at the high or buy from the low? It's buying out the golden key. This is the low. So as long as it doesn't go below the golden key or the session key, this is a better entry to buy outside of the golden key. Once it goes back outside the golden key, this is a 5 minute. Let's go to the lower time frames. See what it's doing. Notice here now, we were just, I don't know, what was we at? 5 minute? 5 minute golden key is in the golden key. 1 minute, the golden key got even smaller. It's like a 2 pip zone. 3 minute, it might be right at the top of the zone. Oh, almost. But we're already buying. We're buying. When do we buy? This would be a best time to buy when it gets down here somewhere. And then if we do buy from down here, my stop loss is below previous lows. So if I was to take this buy from the zone, stop loss is 10 pips. 10 pip stop losses instead of 40. Now, if we buying from way up, the entry way up here, we buying from up here, it's about 40 pips. At least to the bottom of the zone. No, it's not, about 30. Still not bad, 30. But if I can cut it in half or cut it by the thirds, instead of doing a 30 pip stop loss, it's inching closer and closer. Do a 10 pip stop loss. And if it wants to break, it has to tell me that it wants to break market structure. Even though we're on a 1 minute chart, this is if it all considered a downtrend for the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 minutes, straight downtrend. We can get a bounce. If it doesn't go below the zone and it stops here and it starts bouncing back up, that could be a pretty good entry for a buy from the bottom of the zone to hopefully break the top of the zone like it did here and continue on to the buy. But we'll watch that. That's another one. Euro AUD. We'll watch that.
So check NAS real quick. 1 minute. It just bounced off this zone.
Oh man, that pullback about to happen. We called it. I believe we called it here, right?
Yeah, I just jumped in on that last little doji.
Right there. Nice retest. Impulsive move into a flag. Got your nice retest of the zone. Breaking structure already. Yeah, that might be a nice one. That's on the minute chart on nasty Nas. Turn the lights on a little bit. If we get below the EMAs, it's a wrap. So what was it on the higher time frames? You said it's under the EMAs on the higher time frames, right?
I check, but I know on the 4 hour though, it's sitting directly up on the resistance.
The way that thing moved today, they got the pullbacks on.
At least halfway.
Halfway, look at that move. Gee, that's a 4 hour. Man, that was a nice buy out of there. That's all today. A little pullback. Nah, money ain't got to do much. You can give us our 10 pips, I know that. But yeah, that's a nice one. It's a nice one.
Man, I'm thinking when they drop their next GDP report, all that shit gonna just start plummeting, man.
Uh-huh.
Because if you look at the 4 hour chart, it's like it's basically kissing that last major resistance.
Right here?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Nice little in pattern.
So now just waiting game. Wait through the consolidation. Catch the M at the top.
Mm-hmm. Breaking now. Breaking now. That's 10 pips right there. That's easy. That was easy too. From the zone.
And
10 pips. Yup. There you go. He's gone, baby. USD JPY hit take profit 1. That real quick. Oh, what the hell's going on?
Ooh.
What's going on? What's going on, man? What's going on in the news sector? That's a 1 minute candle. That's a 1 minute candle.
And you know, since I've been using the order block, I don't even check the news no more.
Me either, because it seems like the news, when the news kick off, it's gonna kick off from an order block.
Right.
That's a nice sale though. It told us to sell out the session key. The little buy, quick little buy on the golden key. But if you had to held that sell on the session key, we in profit. Off the minute chart action. UJ, what else? Is it all USD? USD must have had some news. All USD pairs. Shit. CAD JPY is making a move too. GPNZD is making a move too. Hold on, we got action, man. What time is it? We got action. Beautiful buy on that sell on that GJ. Sell from the top. Beautiful sell. It's 50 pips from the sell of the zone. It's 50 pips. Not gonna have you guys too much longer. We're gonna do a brief scan, see what we came up with. That GCAD and that ECAD that Siobhan was talking about is definitely heavily in the profit. GCAD gave us a buy outside the session key and brief sell that went against the grain. So we put the buy again from the golden key, depending on where you got in at. And you caught it from the session key, it's up 30 pips. If you get in at the entry of the golden key, it's up 15. All we need is 10. All we need is 10. Let's see what EuroCAD is at. Did you get it? Did you get what you needed out that EuroCAD yet, bro? Even in the EuroCAD trade, same thing, similar to GBP CAD. 15 pips, about 10 pips from the other entry. Look at that Euro NZD. Look at where it stopped at. A whole, whole bunch of news. Everybody started seeing this, jumped in the trade. Look where it stopped at. Stopped right at the top of our session key. We just move it. Turn the lights off for a minute. People saw this and they started buying. Not saying it won't stop and keep going up. It might. We never know. But look where you see where it stopped at, though, right? That's why these zones are very, very important. Stop there for a reason. Euro JPY for the sale. We're gonna go over this. Ooh, look at that. That's a nice one. So Euro JPY gave us the buy already off the session key. 10 pips. What the golden key give us? Retest. Right there. So depending if you missed the first one, put the second one, hopefully. You might have tried to take this trade here. If you're taking this buy off the golden key, even if you're taking the buy off the session key, you're still in profit. So you take this buy, your stop loss is below the zone, right? The stop loss is only about 5 to 10 pips. So what? Got to the sale, got your 10 pips back. Not only to get your 10 pips, if you missed it, or if you didn't miss it, you got another 10 pips from there. Now you're selling from the golden key. From the top. If you wanted to sell from here, you caught 60 pips. Or you can just wait for the conservative. You sell from the session key, I will sell it down. Because it already broke outside the zone, came back inside the zone, gave you an inverted hammer right here. I will use that as my previous high. So if I did want to sell this, instead of using the stop loss all the way up here, I would use the stop loss above price action. So if I am selling this market now, I've lowered my risk from the entry to above that. It's about 20 pips instead of 40 pips. But that looks like a good one for a sale, depending on what happened. I don't know what made that move happen. It might have moved something, but I would sell Euro JPY. Let's keep going. I'm gonna do one more scan for you guys, and we're gonna go ahead and end the recording. I know I can get long-winded on here, so I ain't gonna hold y'all up too much longer. That GU looking real good for a buy. GUNEU, I believe, is doing the same thing. Gave us a nice move to the upside. All right, we got our resistance up here, but look where it's at now. Look where it's at. And it tried, it wicked. Previous areas of interest. Close.
Trap traders.
Trapping everybody up. So I'll just wait for it to give it. If we can get a nice bounce off of here, we got our trend channel going. So we can just mark that in, box that in. As long as it don't go below these wicks, we good. Get another entry from the top of the zone and buy it on back up. It already gave us 30 pips on the first run. Came all the way back down. Now, as long as it stays above this zone, this is a minute chart too, by the way. So it's a little riskier.
It's already bounced.
That was already bounced. I mean, to the T. That's why I go down to the lower time frame, because it'd be to the T, man. Look at that bounce. To the pip.
Somebody said they got 10 pips off a Euro Aussie. I'm still looking at that buy on Euro Aussie though.
I would take this bounce to you. You say Euro AUD?
Mm-hmm. It's pulling back now.
Yeah, that's another one.
Never knew.
About a zone. This will get real dangerous with them. 5 second chart. Technical still apply. Or I mean, the higher the time frame, of course, the stronger it is. But I've seen the technicals work on a 5 second, a minute. So as long as it stays, this is our previous low. As long as it stays above this, we're good. And it starts breaking back above, and we get that break on that trend line on the 5 second chart. We got in early. Yes, getting in early. So if I was to take this buy outside of this trend channel, my stop loss is here. Stop loss is about 10 pips. I can close in the gap a little bit even more. If I do take the trade out of this buy, I can use the stop loss as the previous low, which is there. And then the stop loss is about 5 pips. There she goes. Hopefully she can get outside of this. As long as she get outside this trend channel, we good. She only got 2 ways to go. Either breaking one side of the trend or the other side. She's trapped. Breaking below. So we see where it bounces from. Ultimately, you see where the golden key is at. Golden key down here. So ultimately, the ultimate buys will be if it reaches down in these areas. We will buy from down here. But as of right now, if we can catch this break on the upside, we can get in early instead of having to wait for the hour candle. We're looking at it in real time. If it breaks down below this, though, we're definitely coming back down to the golden key. As you're odd, let's keep going. Let's keep going. Sell. I like this sell. I'll take this sell. Where's the golden key at?
Oh, that's perfect divergence on the TDI.
I'll take that. I'll take that sell. If it breaks.
Divergence and M.
Divergence on the TDI. Momentum oscillator. We already catching the break. I'll catch that sell off the 5 second. Here's your entry right here, though, if you want to be conservative. That's below the zone. See if we can break the zone. It's in the clear.
Go playing with my emotions.
This trading view you on with the 5 seconds?
Yep. You got. I think you got to hit a pro or
the pro. Yeah.
You go down in 1 second if you want to. In real time. Real time. Every candle is 1 second.
Bro, I'm finna kill binary. This shit at 5 seconds.
Every candle is 1 second. That's real time right there.
So basically, the 5 second is giving you the structure of the 1 minute before it even happens.
Indeed. Indeed. Getting in early. To the 1 minute, even if you're using a 1 minute chart, getting in early. But if you can get the structure of 1 minute before it happened, crazy. What's gold doing? I'm expecting a buyback.
That's the consolidation.
You might get a small buyback to the golden zone.
I was only able to get like 5 pips out of it.
If it go back up,
Yeah, I took a 5 pip, move my stop loss to 5 pips and close
you
it.
want to sell?
Caught the first sell.
Oh yeah, from here. Then you got the retest.
No, I caught it right underneath the, yeah, right there.
Okay.
That's first sell.
I'm still around that NOS.
It's still going down.
Well, I'm at 15 pips.
Nice. Nice. Oh yeah. Nice.
But look at that Euro cat too. That was a nice sell though.
Yeah.
And still going too.
Oh yeah.
You might be
You
at
took it off on the smallest candle of that retest of the golden zone.
little low inverted hammer. And it retested to the pit. I mean to the pit.
I think that thing finna melt. Cause there's no buy volume on the 4-hour chart.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you got in at a nice area too. Nasty Nas on the 1 minute chart. Straight in the profit. Now it's not gonna happen 100% like that all of the time, but more times than often, we find ourselves catching some of these trades like this. We gotta go through the motions though, trying to find the setups, because it don't happen when we want them to happen. But once we see it and we take advantage of it, we can definitely find ourselves on the right side of the trade.
Yeah, Euro Aussie and Euro CAD were the two nicest ones for tonight.
Other than that Nas trade, look at
Yeah, other than that Nas trade.
Yeah, bro, that Euro AUD bounce, we called that one. Did the USD bounce? Nope, not yet.
No, Euro CAD.
Yeah.
Took off.
And that's coming from the session key zone and the golden key zone. Oh yeah, it's up about 40 pips.
Mark said he grabbed 10 more pips from Euro Aussie. Man, you could hold that trade. I think that Euro Aussie, you could hold that. You could hold that buy. I'm gonna hold that buy back up to like.
And look what we called the buy from, bro.
The
bottom. Golden key, baby. Golden key.
That thing break out of the session key and retest the session key. I broke back out above. That's what I'm saying. Like, ooh, look at that Nas go. Melting like a pepper.
Gone. So hopefully you guys grab 10 more pips from Euro AUD. Nice, Mark. Nice. Hopefully you guys had some fun with us tonight. Shout out to my brothers, man. Pip Rose, Siobhan, Jay, Bogan Effect.
Ooh, you say you grabbed that Euro JPY. That Euro JPY, I should have gotten into that sell. Should have waited. Because it came on retail. Ooh, where is it going?
Ooh, that's another one.
I didn't get in on that one, guys. The Euro JPY.
That was a nice one.
I was on the buy, but that sell was really good.
Break from back because we caught the sell, we saw the resistance. I think we was catching it here. We was calling it here, and then that was resistance. It came to our resistance, but then it broke our channel. So even from the zone, that's woo, nice one. Smash 35 pips, yes sir. Nice. Nice. Yeah, that was a good one. Do a brief scan, see where everything else at. GU and EU is lingering at the top of that session key zone.
I might have to grab that GU, well, not GU.
Or EU.
Oh, look at GJ, Jesus Christ. Oh, how did I miss these? How was it? Oh, man. JPYs are playing with my emotions today.
Yeah, this is another good trade at GA.
All JPYs, bro. All of them. Every single one of them.
Oh, see, and for the ones that's been on our sessions all this week, it seems like the JPYs be the ones paying out first, man, during the London session. I guess, I mean, Japan is an Asian. Asian session, I mean, all the JPY pairs. Shee. Sold from the golden key. Retest the golden key once. Retest the golden key twice. And took off.
Yep, all of them.
All
Check out GN. Check out that GN. Remember, I was talking about that GN. Anybody want to get into that? That would be the ultimate time to get in.
retest.
I already did what it's doing. Yep.
We got some action today, folks. Got some action today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed yourselves. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Bros.
Yes, sir. Pit bros, pit bros.
Pit bros, pit bros. My guy Bogan jumped in as well, even as he's on the road. So I appreciate you for that, bro. Hopefully you catch everything you need off that nice trade, baby. That nice might be a winner. Chicken dinner.
Winner chicken. And, you know, I got into US 30 right after you talked about it. I was like, I couldn't catch it now, but let me catch it.
Look at the US 30 sell, man.
Yeah.
Look at the US 30. Even after the first retest, look at that retest, man. And this is just the golden key. No technicals, no nothing. Just golden key. Nice.
I'm taking that GN though. I don't care what y'all say. I'm gonna get in that GN. That GN look like it might buy for a minute.
And this is dirty 30 on the minute chart. All right, we didn't go to the hour chart. I mean, we could have, but just off the minute chart and the golden key alone, you can trade US 30. Are you gonna win 100% of the time? Of course not. Like even here, sell, you might have sold too early or you might have bought too early. It usually is going, on the minute chart, it's gonna do this. As soon as the session start, it's gonna give you a sell, it's gonna give you a buy. Those are fake outs, right? But you
Man, look, bro, before you go, man, the way how the session key and the golden key is, and I'm gonna be straightforward and honest with you, the way it is, even if you lose 5 to 6 or 7 times, even if you're using proper risk management, the losses that you're gonna have, especially with the entries that you're getting on the golden key and the session key, the wins are gonna be a lot more, because by the time it actually breaks for real, like if you get a sell signal and every time it goes back to the zone, you keep selling, but it's either hitting your stop loss in profit, or you probably sold one time and kept the trade and it came back too close to your stop loss. Even if you lost that trade, by the time it actually breaks for real, by about maybe 10, 11, 12 o'clock in the night, you are going to be winning more than the losses that you took on that particular pair.
especially if you were to take a trade, like say for instance, you take this sell, right? And you take it from the bottom of the zone. This is US 30. If ultimately your stop loss is at the top of the zone, it's 10 pips, or at above the high, it's 15 pips. A 15 pip stop loss on US 30 is unheard of. So I'll probably round it up to 20. But that's,
some people don't even use stop loss at all when they're trading.
They scared. Like, US 30 gonna come take me out. Is it gonna take you out? Did it come take you out? Did it? If you see this, it's already selling, it's below the zone, it retested and made lower lows. When it did this, will it take you out? If it did, it's only 20 pips. Look, you went straight into profit and caught 80 and still counting. On the 1 minute chart on US 30, that's unheard of. Unheard of. And it happens all the time. You don't believe me? Let's do a quick scan so you can see. It happens all the time.
Yo, look at gold finally break. You see what I'm talking about? This is what I'm talking about. This is exactly what I'm talking about. When it finally breaks,
Oh,
when it finally breaks,
oh God, bro.
that's what I'm talking about. When it finally breaks, even if you got caught in all that action and consolidation and lost every time it's selling, you lost that trade or you don't get as much profit. By the time it breaks for real, it's gone. And it never came back to the zone.
Never came back. The sell was here. Look, we called the sell out. The sell was in here somewhere because we know
Yeah.
the sell. It pulled back. Okay, it's pulling back. It's back in the zone. The entry is if it breaks. US DJPY and Euro AUD both hit take profit. Came back out the zone. As soon as it came back out the zone, we sold it. So from zone to zone, 20 pips.
Yeah, that was the entry up there at the top of the order block because you got the tweet at the top plus the TDI confirmation.
Up here,
Yeah, where you got the red arrow.
arrow, yup, from the golden zone. If we had to get this from the bottom of the zone, man, that's 40 pips. 35 pips. 35 pips. Easy. We would have had a great day today. I ain't traded live today, so. But
What we should start doing in some live sessions starting next week.
next week, yeah, we're definitely gonna trade live. We're gonna load up these accounts. We're gonna do it like we supposed to. I wanted to warm them up this week. It's time to get them warmed up. Yeah, next week we're going all in, baby.
Oh yeah. I hate when gold do that because it take out so far to the point where once you do try to get in, you're gonna get caught in drawdown.
Yeah, I hear that.
Right here, word up. Word up.
Like usually when I don't catch that impulsive move, I leave it alone and see what it's going to do. It makes no sense for you to catch a falling knife.
Word up. Look at that.
You're gonna hurt yourself catching that knife.
That retest on silver on the golden key.
In a situation like that, I usually just wait till the start of London because you know they got to make the new high.
Indeed.
So catch that pullback. They might even retest it, go back all the way up to the order block, knowing gold.
Back to the session key. Yeah,
But that goal was 30 pips though. That was 30 pips with a movement and gold.
30 pips. It took a while.
Understand that. That's how much is that on the standard?
$10 a pip on the standard. $10 times 30 at $300.
Yeah, easy 300.
On one trade, we caught about it was a possible 4 or 5 trades we could have caught, man. I think one of them was like 40, 50 pips. Which one was it? Euro AUD?
Yeah, that Euro AUD is something else now.
The buy from the bottom?
It's pulling back now. I'm gonna catch it back again because I already closed off for 25 pips. I'm gonna catch it again. I'm gonna wait on the 1 minute. It's gonna still continue.
GK, man.
Yeah, that was the ultimate one.
That's 40 pips on GCAD.
We missed that one too. And the JPY is milk today, which was good.
Lord have mercy. Yeah, that JPY. 100 pips on JPY, man. 100 pips on GBP JPY. Less than an hour. That was a trade right there. Those be one. These be one of the trades you can get your 5 pips here, 10 pips here, especially if you're using a high count balance, your funded account with standard lot sizes and everything. Like you get your 10 pips, 20 pips, 10 pips, 20 pips.
Yeah.
A whole 100 pips, man.
Man,
A whole 100 pips on a standard lot, 5 standard lot size. That's $5 grand.
I prefer that. You know, it's not so stressful as scalping in a minute. You know,
Yep, you're right. You're right.
at least for moms. You know, I'm a mom. I have to cook clean.
That way you ain't gotta watch the chart all of the time. Lower lot sizes. That way you're not heavy leveraging and you know. But even if you're using $100,000 account and we use a $50 a pip or 5 standard lot size, even if we do lose 20 pips, it's still only 1%. So we're still using proper risk management. It's just it sounds a lot. It's a little bit more riskier, but just imagine if we catch a trade because we believe in it and we see these highs, we see this impulsive move into a flag. I just like this pattern. I saw this pattern off the rip. You know, if we do get the sell and our stop loss is 20 pips and we do a 5 standard because we believe in the setup and it gives us $5,000, you can be done with this one trade and be done for the week.
Yep.
So everyone, all I was telling Siobhan earlier, if we can catch about 2 or 3 of these a month, or 1 or 2 of them a week, we get.
So do we get alerts? Like, can we set up a time frame that will?
Yeah, most definitely. Once you get the tool, you can definitely set off the alerts for the golden key and the session key. I believe next week I'm gonna turn on the golden key tool for the Forex pairs. But if you're using the tool, it automatically comes with the entry, the stop loss, take profit 1, 2, and 3.
Wow.
If you set up the alerts, you can set up your alerts, and it'll send you an alert whenever it tells you to sell. It's gonna tell you to sell just like you saw on the screen. It'll say sell, then it'll say entry, stop loss, take profit 1, 2, and 3. That way you can just go ahead and copy and paste. And if it's on being that it's on TradingView, you can pull out your phone and you can pull out the TradingView app on your phone, and you'll still see the setup. You'll see the golden key tools, you'll see your entries, your stop loss, and you take profit.
Oh, so this is connected to our TradingView, not the Meta MT4.
Yes, this is on TradingView. Yep.
I see that. Oh, I like it much better.
Yeah, I like. At first we was using the MT4 a lot for the pet system and some of the tools that we had, but unfortunately, if you on the go and you using your phone, you can't see the setups, you can't see the signals, you can't see the alerts, anything like that. So we decided to move over to TradingView because on the TradingView app, if I mark up my charts on my computer, when I pull out my phone, the chart
you can see it.
Yeah, you can see it.
So if I want alerts from different time frame, how would you set that up? Or you get them from all time frames?
You can say you would have to do it manually. So if you wanted the alerts to come in, like me, myself personally, I will set an alert right before, say for instance, if we're doing the golden key zone, I will set my alerts at around like 8:30 or so. And I'll put it on for gold, I'll put it on a 3-minute chart. So if it gives me a buy on gold on a 3-minute chart, I know to look at gold and see if I can find me an entry. The ultimate alert though is of course the hour time frame. But I'll put an alert on a 3-minute. That way I can try to get in early instead of waiting for the hour time frame candle
to close.
Yeah, I'll set the alert for like the 3-minute or the 5-minute. That way, if it does go off, I can pull up the computer, see what it's looking like, and if I want to get in early, I can.
So what would exactly tell you in alert that it's time for buy or for sell, or that the golden key is in a certain position?
I'm sorry?
I said the alert, what's going to tell you the alert? That it's time like a buy or a sell, or that there's a certain position?
It'll tell you, no, it'll tell you to buy. If it's above the zone, it'll tell you to buy. If it's below the zone, it'll tell you to sell. Even on a lower time frame, same rules will apply. It'll give you your entry, your stop loss. So say for instance here, we had an entry. This is the 1-minute chart on gold. It gave us the entry, stop loss, take profit 1, 2, and 3. And it already crossed over take profit 1. And it's on a minute chart. I wouldn't advise taking the signals on the minute chart, even though they hit, but it's more riskier on the lower time. Because it might go up, it might go above the zone. Even this buy above the zone still gave us 10 pips. It didn't give us a full 20, but it gave us 15. And then it sold, it retested, gave us the optimal entry from selling from the top, and then it gave us our entry, and it ended up hitting take profit 1. So that's really up to the trader. Me, myself, I utilize the hour signals strictly for an hour time frame for the signals. But me personally, when I'm trying to get in early, I'll set an alert for the pairs that I'm looking at on like the 3-minute or the 5-minute. So if it breaks on the 3-minute chart and I'm getting the alert, I'll notice that it's coming from the 3-minute chart. So I'll just pull it up, look at the 3-minute chart, see where it's at, see if I can get me an early entry before the hour candle even gives us the signal. Because right now, the entry is a buy on gold on the hour chart.
Mhm.
But being that we got in early, we caught this entire move to the downside. So
Makes
this,
sense.
but not saying that this buy is invalid. This buy, because the stop loss is way down here. As long as it don't hit the stop loss, this buy is valid. But being that we got in on a lower time frame, we was able to catch the brief downtrend. Hopefully that signal actually goes into a buy, because that signal was sent to the signal group. But being
So
that we
are you
got
gonna
it
teach
early,
us later how to set up alerts when you get it?
huh?
Are you gonna teach us how to set up alerts when you get the tool?
Yeah, we're gonna have strategy sessions. We're gonna have strategy videos, like short videos on the strategy. I know these may be a little long. I might be a little long-winded, but I'm gonna try to break it down to like 5-10 minute videos to show you how to set it up,
That's
how
the
to
best.
optimize it, how to set up the alerts. Yeah, we'll definitely have those videos available sometime next week.
Coach Scott, I had a question.
Yes, sir.
You know, for people that work like second shift, because obviously like some people probably work second shift, will you like record all the videos?
Oh yeah,
Coach?
yeah. All of the videos will be recorded, and
Please, please.
I will upload this one. It should be uploaded by tomorrow morning.
I'll try to catch as many as I can when I don't work the second shift, but like there's gonna be days like I'm gonna work and I know I'll get the alert from you, but then I'm not gonna be able to be there, you know? So if you could, because I know you're gonna show like how to set up everything, you know, the strategies, indicators, like the, you know, how to do all that stuff. So, and I'm part of Heels, so like I'm really, really interested in the session key and golden key and stuff, and I want to be a part of this like long term. So
Term, baby, long term.
long term, sir. Yes, sir.
Because off of the signals alone, now the signals, depending on who takes them, but just off of the results that we get. Like if you was to get the tool, and once you get the tool and you back test, especially on the hour chart, you can tally it up yourself as far back as you want. And I don't believe we've had a losing week when it comes to the signals coming from this hour chart on all of the pairs, gold, silver, all of the indices. We haven't had a losing week yet, and we average over 5,000 pips a week. That's ultimately, that's if you like, if gold win 100 pips, you caught the entire 100 pips, right? Sometimes, a lot of the times, we're not going to catch the entire move. So out of the 5,000, you probably only caught 1,000 or even 500. 500 pips a week is still good, right?
Coach, quick question. You said something about signals. So there's a service for signals based on the 1 hour time frame coming from the same tool?
Yep. We will have signals coming to the app as well. So you'll have access to the signals. You can get access to the signals and access to the actual tools itself. So if you want to,
okay, so you don't have it yet, right? So is that the signals are already on? Can they pay for them or not yet? The signals.
I believe the signals are. I will have to double check on that. I'm not sure on that yet. They were still.
And they come from this tool, right? Because I like that.
Yeah, they're coming from this tool, the golden key tool and the session key tool.
Okay.
So the same setups that we're seeing here, like this buy, take profit 1, 2, and 3. This trade was sent as a signal to the app, and then the sell was sent to the signal. So all of the signals that's coming are coming directly from the tool. So you can get access to the signals. You can get access to the signals, and you can get access to the tools. So once you understand the tools, you can take full advantage of it because you know how to use the tools. You can catch, oh, gold is melting. Oh.
And we will have the signals anyway, right?
You have the signals, yep, you can have the signals to copy and paste, and you'll also have the tools to follow, or if you want to manually trade and catch some of those optimal entries and re-entries and stuff like that, it may not necessarily come from the signal, but being that you have the tool and you know how to use the tool, you can catch even more entries. Yeah, gold was a great trade. It's still going. But yeah, you guys, I have fun with you guys tonight. Shout out to my bros that hopped on with us to help out. And for those that stuck along to hear us talk all this time, you guys are the MVPs. It is now 11 o'clock. Hopefully you guys have an amazing rest of the night. Hopefully you guys saw some value. Hopefully you actually caught some pips tonight. If not, next week we're gonna go throttle next week.
Next week on Tuesday?
Uh
Wednesday? Which one?
Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. It might be Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Monday,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Cool. Yeah. That I've been with you for a little minute now, and everything just really checking out. You know what I'm saying? The I'm really profitable on especially with the signals. I'm profitable. You know what I'm saying? Consistent with it now. You know, and so I'm just this thing is awesome. Tell you that, man.
A few other things is coming hopefully in the near future. This is outside of here. Hopefully, maybe we may be able to add it in the future, but we want to. We've been trying to automate this thing for a while now. We're still getting everything together as far as the EA, but we came up with another option where we can copy the signal directly from the Telegram with a Telegram copier. So we're going to be working on that next week as well. That way, even with the signals, you naturally still got to see the signal, put the signal in yourself. But if we can get it automated to where we got a copier that's copying the signals directly from your Telegram, from the Telegram to your MT4 account, you won't miss a beat.
How is that even possible? That is so cool.
Yep. Technicals.
Yeah, I got to check out Heal. I ain't checked him out yet, so I might check that out soon as I get a chance.
Okay, I'm gonna be reading the messages. Good job. Thank you so much, Coach. Great session.
You're welcome. You guys.
Yeah, thanks, Coach, man. I appreciate it so much. Can't wait, and can't wait for the Telegram connector signal.
Yes, sir. Hopefully we'll have some updates, but by the end of by sometime next week. We want to test it out first though, so I don't want to open it up just yet. But I'm gonna give it at least a week or at least a few days to test out, make sure ain't no bugs and everything is copying the right way. And
okay.
Once
Nice.
it's clear, we definitely gonna be rocking the road.
Yes, sir. I'm looking forward to it, Coach. Yes, sir.
All right. Good night, everyone.
All right, everyone.
All right, Aaron, I'm gonna take a leave real quick. I need to go get some stuff done real quick.
All right, bro. I'll holler at you.
I'm gonna holler at you after the session.
Okay, I'm here.
All right, guys, y'all take care, man, and take it easy.
Phone.
Yeah, y'all take care, man. Coach Scott, have a good night.
Why she got it, bro? So she was telling her side. She don't say what she did.
All right, so this recording will be up by tomorrow. And I'll send the links out in the group.
I'm about to go test this 5 seconds out with binary.
The binary. See, we talking that language. The binary, the futures. So if we can get it, if we able to jump on this minute chart like this, we can definitely tackle that binary, Logan. I already know you got your strategies as well, and you add that and include it with these.
I'm hooked on binary, man. Cause it was one day I had an unexpected bill pop up. So I was sitting in the parking lot. I sat up there and accumulated the money I needed in 30 minutes. And the withdrawal hit in 2 minutes, bro. Over 600.
That's $600. Had to pay a quick bill. Let me go ahead and jump on this pocket options.
Oh, that's sweet.
Man, I've been hooked.
Ever since then, word up. Yeah, them the future for the futures market, the options. That's the high speed trading.
Oh yeah.
I don't know nothing about options.
Yeah, that's high speed trading. That's for the scalpers out there. But
The only difference is you're not relying on the pips. You simply relying on your direction. So say, okay, the market gonna go up for 2 minutes. You set your timer for 2 minutes. As long as the market stay above your entry for those 2 minutes, you win the trade. No matter how much you wager, you can put $100 on them 2 minutes. You're gonna get 99 back plus the 100.
Is that easy?
Yep.
Damn. Nice.
The thing is knowing the market direction. Because sometimes you might get caught in a wick or a pull back. Like it's basically timing. Your timing got to be dead on with options.
So even like this, if you were taking an option trade on the sell, and you did like a 10-minute option trade, So if you're taking the sale, you're expecting after 10 minutes, when the 10-minute timer hits, you're expecting the price to be below your entry. And as long as it's below your entry, then you win that trade. But sometimes you'll get it to where you'll be below the entry, and then it'll do one of these numbers on you real quick. And then it'll be the 10 minutes is up, and then you'll turn around and it still goes into profit. So with options, it's more about timing. You gotta understand the structure and understand the time. So, but if you had to put a trade like a 15-minute trade, a 15-minute option on the trade, you'd have been in profit. And if you put $100 on that trade, you'd have won $90 plus your $100. You would have been up $190 off of this one trade.
Now, how many pips that is from that point to that?
15 pips.
You made about 200 off 15 pips.
$200 off 15 pips. Now, if you did it on the Forex market and you just did a standard, you would have had to do 2 standards to make the same amount of money.
What?
I will offer 6 out my family. You get a family member,
Yeah.
All right, you guys, I'm gonna see you guys in the chat, and hopefully you guys enjoy the rest of your week. Happy pipping, baby.
Oh yeah. All right.